Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 4 of What If Naruto Was the King of the Strongest Empire. Remember to get this episode to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto and his clan was betrayed by Konoha, and enjoy that guys over on Anime King 3. And I also post a brand new episode of What If Kaguya sent Naruto to the My Hero Academy universe, so go ahead, check out that and enjoy guys. And if you're new, yes, you heard that right, I indeed have 4 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, and Anime Prince, which I post What If on every single day for guys, enjoy, so go ahead check it out and yeah, enjoy. So without further ado or wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now guys. So the last part that we left off, Sasuke had faced off against Zabuza and dominated the fight, as he gave him an invitation by a scroll. The invitation had a clone of Naruto inside as he invited him to join his empire. However, Zabuza wanted to face him before he joined anything, as that could be arranged. We then skipped to the house as Naruto arrived there. He introduced himself and Sasuke, ignoring the others, as he was complimenting Tsunami on how beautiful she was. As that got her a bit flustered, as, well, living in these parts, she rarely get those compliments. As she invited them all to welcome and stay here, as Naruto on several occasions made Kakashi look like a complete idiot, as he outpaced Kakashi in words and also way of thinking as well, making the man look like a fool, as Kakashi was really getting upset about that. The two boys said that they were going to do scouting the perimeter. Kakashi refused to let them go, as he will be the one given charge here. He will be the one sending them out on what to do. However, Naruto cut that short and told him that wasn't he the same way when he was under his sensei Minato Namikaze, wanting to prove him that he was a good shinobi. As Naruto did not give him time to relent, as him and Sasuke sunshine away. Kakashi had no choice but just to train soccer for the time being, which he got to doing. Meanwhile, Naruto and Sasuke made their way towards the cave. Upon arriving towards said cave, they proceed to open a breach that was sent to a different location, as 3 people came out of it. These 3 people has met Naruto and Sasuke over the past couple of years, and Naruto and Sasuke had come to know them quite well. The first one was Malice. She had a young son. The clan that she was from, they had a unique affinity for medical ninjutsu. However, there was a dangerous poison that came out that the Elemental Nation wanted her clan and her help for it, but seeing that she was one of the last few remaining of her clan, they took her son, and they used his blood to create a pathogen to heal the people outside of that. That broke her, as she couldn't really do anything about it, not having the manpower to go up against the entire world. But she met the 2 boys, and things quickly changed. She took on a motherly figure towards them, despite respecting Naruto as the king that he would soon be. However, she helped them and trained them and helped them on their journey. The next one was Kagura, former ninja of Konoha, as she was obsessed with power. She was obsessed with getting stronger, as that was her whole thing. She never wanted to do it for any dark means. However, the village was starting to get worried about her strength. They had wanted her to seemingly go under someone's control with a seal, as she wasn't able to fully see the person. However, she believed that it was a Hokage as she saw the memories, an old man as he was in a chair like a throne. He had sent his envoys to restrain her. However, since then she had been on the run, as Naruto and Sasuke had spoken to her and got her to join the cause. The next one was Brando, as he was a scientist. He was from the land of Sky, as Naruto came there to help the man. There was an epic battle between Naruto and Shion, a man that created a perfect body mutation jutsu that allowed him to get physical strength and speed. However, he could not overpower Naruto. Naruto was just too damn powerful. As Brando brought the boots that would allow Naruto and Sasuke to fly. As he was a scientific research member of the group, they had a lot more people behind the scenes. But these were his top 3 right here and now, as he was gonna get another one, being Zabuza on his pursuit of fixing this world. They went back to the house as they had their new boots. Kakashi tried to drill them for information, however, they did not give him anything that they didn't want to give him. As they all sat down to eat that night, as Inari was about to blow up, as he had enough of seeing how calm they were despite knowing that Gato was gonna kill all of them. So yeah guys, basically that's what I thought you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself, and would you say begin this new episode start now guys. Kakashi and Sakura enter the room. Damn Kakashi, what did you do to the little lady? Tazuna asks. She went through a hard day of training today, and she gave it her all. I'm proud of her, said Kakashi, with his famous eye smile. So tired, said Sakura, as she wasn't able to lift her head off the dinner table once she placed it down. Well, after a hard day work, it's important to eat a healthy meal, so everyone, eat your fill, said Tsunami as she walked over and placed more bowls of food on the table. It was then that Inari walked in. Inari, you're home late. Where are you? Tsunami asked him. Out, he said. Out? Where were you, young man, she asked, in a more demanding tone. Just out. Leave me alone, he said to her, as he started to walk away until Inari paused. That wasn't his mother. The atmosphere in the room shifted. Your mother asks you a question. You will answer her honestly and with some respect, said Naruto, as he was eating and not even looking at the child. Shut up! I don't have to listen to you. You're not my dad, Inari said, as Naruto got up, scaring Inari a bit, as Naruto walked towards him. You're right, I'm not your father. I heard a good deal about him though. He was an honorable, sincere, brave, strong, kind man. If I had had a father, I would have wished and hoped that he was like Kaiser. Hearing that, Inari started to tear up a bit. Shut up, he said. You don't know anything about my dad. You don't know anything about me, as he lashed out, and he started to throw his fist towards Naruto. I wasn't lucky enough to grow up with a mother or father. Fortunately, there are those that came into my life, each one having an incredible impact on the person before you. I am sorry that your father was lost to you, but he gave his life to the people of your land. His people has not forgotten him regardless of how it may seem. The Wave aren't the type that will spit on the legacy of such a great man, and you aren't either. Inari stopped his tantrum as he continued to listen, tears still flowing down his face. Your grandfather is doing just as your father, and also those who are risking as much to assist him. These are your father people, Inari. They might have been knocked down, but they have not forgotten Kaiser's sacrifice. I am sure they would love if you were among them, honoring his memory. As Naruto kneeled down to meet the child eye to eye. I know you must miss your father, but he lives on in you. Kaiser lives in the hearts of all those who are doing their best to make this land live. You shouldn't give up no matter how tough, no matter how sad, you must try and try. Inari's eyes light up when he heard his father. Old words Tazuna had shared with Naruto in one of their talks. Kaiser's favorite phrases. As Inari spoke up. If you do that, even if you die, the proof of a man's life will still remain, he said, forever. As he started to wipe his tears, surprising his grandfather and his mother, this was the first time he's speaking up like that in a long while. Don't forget those words, Inari. Age doesn't make a man, it's your actions. And the correct action would be to apologize to your mother for your early behavior. I'm sure this has been hard on her as well. Tsunami was a bit overwhelmed. She knew that Inari was struggling after Kaiser's death, but she didn't know how to help him. Inari had shut down. He tried to push everyone away to not be hurt again. She had been dealing with her grief, however. To take care of her son, she pushed it deep down, and she started to doubt her abilities as a mother. She even wondered if it was better for Inari to have lost her than lost Kaiser. Maybe he would have taken care of Inari better. She started to doubt herself. Mom, I'm really sorry for how I acted. I really miss Dad and I don't know. However, he was cut off as she wrapped him in a tight hug. It's alright, my dear, she said. I understand, I miss him too. I'm just glad that I have you, my Inari, she said. Tsunami was overjoyed. She believed that he will be alright and that time will be able to heal his wounds. As she looked towards Naruto and gave him a bright smile, she couldn't thank him enough. He showed her late husband the utmost respect despite not meeting him. He was also patient and sympathetic when it came to Inari, even though he was just a shinobi in a job. Thanks a lot, Naruto, said Tazuna, as he placed a hand on his shoulder. Tazuna didn't have much people he respected in his life, but this kid definitely earned every shred of respect. No need to thank me, Sir Tazuna. A king, take care of his realm, because he is nothing without his inhabitants. A small smile came on Sasuke's face. As for Kakashi, he felt like Naruto's speech had a lot of underlying message. Naruto spoke about sacrifice his fathers, and how the people of Wave would not disrespect Kaizen's legacy. He also remembered the conversation he had with Naruto about respecting his sensei. It gave him the feeling that Naruto knew about his father. This revelation frightened Kakashi to his core, because if Naruto knew about his father, that meant he knew of the tale being secured in himself. With this in mind, the thought that the Kyuubi was behind Naruto alterations became more a likely possibility. As Naruto's choice of words, the way he phrased things, made Kakashi even more worried. The way he spoke, it sounded like the village had disrespected his father's legacy. Kakashi felt it better to keep this to himself and report to the third once he returned home. Sakura's opinion, on the other hand, started to change once again on Naruto. She went from thinking that he was a nobody when they were kids, then to some kind of monster or demon once she was assigned to a team with him, and now seeing him act this way. Maybe she did not know anything about him or Sasuke. Well, it's a beautiful night to go for a stroll, so I think I'll do just that, said Naruto as he turned towards the exit as Sasuke arrived and placed his dishes in the sink. Thank you for the meal, Lady Tsunami. We will be back after checking the perimeter. Sasuke gave a polite bow. As the both of them exit, the two walk off into the forest until they came to a glaive. As two other figures on the other side, Zabuza Mamakai and his mysterious partner. To what do I owe the pleasure? Naruto asks as Sasuke placed his right hand on his blade. I'm all healed up from what the other kid did to me. I made a deal and I'm here to see it through. As Zabuza pulled his blade and slammed it in the earth to intimidate them. I am sorry to ask, but do you mind if I hold off till tomorrow? Said Naruto as he scratched the back of his head in embarrassment. Do you think I'm a fool, boy? Said Zabuza. No, I don't. That's precisely why I'm asking you to wait. Tomorrow we will have our bout on the bridge. However, there's been a change. Zabuza did not think they were about to try anything, however, he still did not like how things were playing out. What change would that be? It was Haku who took a step forward. She would not stand it if someone was trying to pull one over on her master. You see, we initially planned to recruit Zabuza to our cause. We knew nothing about his follower. And while it's nice that you said that you will join Zabuza, we know nothing about you or your abilities. The same way Zabuza would like to test me, I would like to test you as well. This was unexpected. Neither Zabuza or Haku knew that the boy would have put so much thought into this. What sort of test were you thinking of? Would I have to go against your friend? Haku asked, looking towards Sasuke. No, I believe he has done his part. I believe a better test of your abilities was to see how you face off against Kakashi Hatake. You want me to fight your team leader? I don't understand. I told you what kind of person we were looking for to join our empire, but we still have standards. Hatake is the best Konoha has to offer, and if you can best him, then there's no question whether you belong in our ranks. Even though it was the dark of night, the both of them saw it within Naruto's deep blue eyes. He was a leader, making every choice, analyzing every factor for the sake of those who call him a king. They both have a similar thought, even though Zabuza might not admit it. Maybe a king, maybe this king, wouldn't be so bad. We gotcha. You and I will have a go while Haku deal with Hatake. As Naruto grew a large smile on his face, confused in two. Haku. That's a beautiful name for such a beautiful maiden. Haku was never before so happy to wear a mask, because it was the only thing hiding her cheeks right now that was burning red. Then it's settled. We will meet tomorrow on the bridge, said Naruto. You both have a lovely night. As him and Sasuke just turned and left. He seems rather confident, doesn't he, Zabuza-sama? Do you believe that he will be able to best you? Haku knew that they weren't normal shinobis, but she knew firsthand of Zabuza's real strength. Guess we'll know tomorrow. Come on, Haku. Let's find something to eat. Time skip the next day. Team 7 had been up bright and early to match Tazuna's schedule. The moment the sun rise, it was time to get to work. Tsunami had gotten up early as well to make sure they all went off into the world with full stomachs. As Inari was also up, he was intent to join his grandfather on the bridge to provide whatever assistance he can lend. Naruto's words sparked something inside of him. He wanted to help his homeland even if it was just by a little. Tazuna had his worries about it, however, with one word from Naruto that there was nothing to worry about. Tazuna was more than happy to have a day with his beloved grandson. Kakashi and Sakura also planned to join for guard duty today, though Sakura was rather disappointed to hear that Sasuke would be staying back with Tsunami. With most of the team off, Tsunami would be an easy target. So with that, the group left towards the bridge. The other workers soon arrived and they began. Kakashi had not checked up on Naruto on his week of guard duty, but he was surprised to see that he and his 4 clones were greeting people and shaking hands and laughing with the crowd. Regardless of anything, it seems he got Sensei Charisma. It was then that Kakashi heard screaming, "Assassin! It's Gato thugs! Run! They will kill us all!" The workers on the bridge were scrambling, trying their best not to end up like victims. "Everyone, there is no need to worry. These 2 are not here to hurt you." Naruto projected his voice all over the bridge, so everyone could hear him. They then watched on as the 2 new arrivals walk up to Naruto, Tazuna, and Inari, who was standing behind his grandfather, as Kakashi and Sakura moved to their side. "End of the bridge good?" Zabuza asks. "Good for what? What's going on?" Zabuza said Kakashi as he pulled a kunai. "That's perfect," said Naruto, as a clone appeared beside him. "Sir Tazuna, Inari, these 2 are here to see me and wish you no harm, so relax. We will take our business away from everyone. And please, do not worry about any damage to the bridge. I have taken the appropriate arrangements to make sure its safety is assured." Tazuna started to laugh. "Well, if the king has spoken, I guess there's nothing to worry about, right?" "Of course, a king is his word." "Naruto, what the hell is going on?" Kakashi had reached his limits. Once again, he was being ignored and he was pissed off. "Yeah, Naruto, this isn't some kind of game. We have to take this seriously," said Sakura. "Come, Kakashi, we're just gonna have a little meeting," Naruto said as he, Zabuza, and Haku used the sunshine to get towards the end of the bridge. "Son of a bitch. Sakura, you stay with Tazuna and the clone. I'll be right back," as Kakashi sunshine away. When Kakashi arrived, he saw the 2 assassins standing in front of Naruto. "Naruto, this is a direct order from your commanding officer. Answer my questions now." He stepped forward to get near Naruto, however Haku appeared through a mirror. As Kakashi stepped back, "Your opponent is me, Kakashi Hatake." "Damn it, Kakashi-sensei, it seems the enemy have engaged us both. You're gonna have to wait until I deal with my opponent," Naruto said in a sarcastic tone. The temperature seemed to drop, or maybe it was rising, the air thin, or maybe got thicker. The atmosphere started to fluctuate as Naruto reached for the short sword by his side. However, to their shock when he drew the blade was far longer than the sheath, because the way it looked it was miniature, but when he pulled it, it was long. It was a nodiki with a deep blue blade and a black hilt. "Funiki, cold front," said Naruto as he swung his blade. Everyone felt a chill. A wall of ice erupted, separated Naruto and Zabuza from Haku and Kakashi. "Naruto!" Kakashi shouted out. The ice wall was thick, Kakashi could not see through it. That is most ironic. Who would have thought that Zabuza would be facing an ice user as well? "As well?" said Kakashi, as he looked towards Haku that spoke. That is when he felt a sharp pain in the back of his left arm. He looked to see that he was struck with a senbon, but his opponent did not throw any. "I would hope you take this match seriously, Kakashi Hatake. If you get distracted for just a moment, you will die," Haku said as she decided to end this quickly. Kakashi was still a Jonin level threat, and she took no threat lightly. One lucky shot and you think you've won. Big mistake. Kakashi raised his headband, revealing the Sharingan. "I see. You are special, Hatake, but not the same way that we are." "What are you talking about?" said Kakashi. She flashed through one-handed seals. The place started to get colder and colder. Suddenly, they were surrounded by what looked like mirrors, reflecting the both of them in each one. "The ones you call Naruto and Sasuke, they're like me, special in a way that the world fear. Now that we begin our meeting, you too will know that fear and understand it." Over to the other side. Hey Naruto, or should I say clone Naruto, asked Tazuna. You shouldn't worry about such things. I may be a clone of His Majesty, but you can refer to me how you like. Alright, I know this is a weird question, but do you think we can go closer to see the fight? This is surprising. Who would have thought that you would be interested in such a dangerous matter? Tazuna could not lie, he was intrigued. He did not know much about shinobis, but he was starting to understand Naruto. The boy maintained a constant state of control, not just on himself but everything around him. Tazuna felt like he had to see the fight of a person that called himself a king. I understand, and you're in luck. I believe I have a safer alternative. The clone then reached into his Hiyori and pulled out a small bottle. He then opened as he poured the water on the bridge surface. What are you doing, Naruto? Sakura asked curiously as she looked at the water. Nothing of interest. Do me a favor and look into the puddle for me, Sakura. The clone gestured as she complied. She looked at as she saw the water spinning like a miniature whirlpool. She began to feel tired and tired until she could no longer fight the urge. As she fell unconscious, however, the clone caught her before she could hit the ground. What the hell was that? Tazuna asked. Just a little illusion to let her get her beauty rest. If you want, you can gather the others to watch as well. It's not every day you get to see a king in action. The clone pulled out 2 more water bottles as he poured them down on the existing puddle. As Tazuna and Inari gathered the bridge workers, they were scared, however they were also very excited. This was probably going to be the only shinobi battle that many of them would get to witness, so they pushed that down for the chance to watch. Telescope jutsu, the clone said, as he pushed his hand down in the puddle. Green wave of energy spread before our image came into view. The people saw Naruto with a blade in his hand, standing across from the assassin. The onlookers commented about how cool he was, and hope he came out on top. Will Big Brother Naruto be alright, Inari asked. The clone simply smiled at him. Of course, His Majesty won't lose. Not when his realm is watching. His realm? Yes, His Majesty. Emperor Uzumaki has come to enjoy the wave and his people. He has decided that he will become a part of the great Uzumaki Empire. He will free you all of the scourge that plagues this land and bring you to a new age of prosperity. If he could free us from Gato, then I will call him king, one of the workers said. Me too. Go King Naruto, another one screamed. A lot of them were cheering and chanting, hoping that the blonde would free them from their oppressor. Looks like the kid made an impression on everyone. Tazuna was happy to see the hope in his people. Alright everyone, it's about to start. Over back to Kakashi and Haku. Kakashi had been reserved as a prodigy, a genius for his entire life. Sure, he came across some titles every now and then that surpassed him in caliber, but he's still confident in himself. Well, that was at least until a couple of months ago. The fight with Naruto and Sasuke played out in the back of his mind constantly. The more he thought about it, the more he realized that Sasuke was able to influence his movements and reactions. And engaging Naruto felt like a match against my guy. No, if Kakashi was being honest, Naruto might have hit stronger than Guy. Naruto also immobilized him, and if he was out in the field, well, he would have been dead. Now here he was, having his confidence tested once again by a young woman that seemed to be half his age. She had trapped him in a dome of 21 floating mirrors made out of ice. Any attempts of him trying to escape, projectiles were thrown toward his eyes. As the ones that were further up, she moved to them with lightning speed. And not to mention his earth jutsus weren't working. Her technique made her incredibly fast, where Kakashi had a hard time keeping up even with the Sharingan. Whenever she threw one towards him, it would go into the mirror and came back out of another a second later. Now they were locked in another taijutsu fight, with Kakashi on the offensive. I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying myself. No need to hold back, but no need to kill. Have I ever had a chance just to test my abilities? Haku thought to herself. Her whole life had been one fight after another, with her honing her skills by spilling blood. This was the first time she was ever able to use her abilities without the intention to kill. However, Kakashi was able to land a kick to her chest, throwing her back, as he flashed through hand sign, Fire Style, Fire Dragon Bullet! She leaped right into the mirror behind her as she faced into it. The flame crashed into the mirror as there wasn't even a scratch. Once again, Haku appeared in the 21 mirrors. You are faring rather well, Hatake. I have not been able to land another hit on you since the first one. You earn your reputation. What are you guys up to? Your target was right in front of you, yet you choose to engage us, said Kakashi. Those are my orders. My lord has asked me to fight you to show my worth. Haku answered as she thought of both Zabuza and Naruto. Zabuza did not know, however, Haku was spying on Team 7 for the last week. She phoned Kakashi and Sakura usually trained in the forest, however. As for Naruto, he interacted with everyone that he came across. He would always ask for people's names and treating everyone with respect. As she wondered why he was sending so many clones out in the village. He was just like her, a kind and gentle soul that could become a heartless monster if it was necessary. She couldn't explain, she never felt it before, but she could see herself being a tool for his use as well. Then Zabuza must be losing his touch. You won't be able to beat me, and I think you must know that. That is not to say that you're not very skilled, Kakashi said, as he charged up his legendary attack, the Shidori, figuring that he would need higher potency attack to break the mirrors. To be honest with you, this technique used a lot of my chakra to maintain secret art demonic ice jutsu. But I know that I'll have to push myself past my limits to best you, Haku said. Kakashi shot forward and struck one of the mirrors. It exploded. He gained a distance back as he turned towards the ones behind him until he felt he turned back to see Haku right in the center of the dome. She raised her hand as all the mirrors, it just melted away into water. Come, Hatake. I would like to see if I can be more than just a tool. Just once, Haku felt so strange. She had never felt the need to surpass anyone, let alone herself. Her purpose was to be useful to the man that saved her life. So why did she want to try? Why did she want to improve? You can just surrender. I have no interest in killing someone that isn't trying to kill me, said Kakashi. I understand that, but you'll have to continue humoring me. As she manipulated the water and created frozen spears that flew towards him, he flashed your hand sign, Phoenix Fire Jutsu. He spat out several small fireballs that neutralized her attack, as mist resulted from the clash, covering the portion of the bridge that they were fighting on. Kakashi could tell that she was moving in for a sneak attack. He brought his left hand up to block a kick, however, what he felt was a burning sensation. He looked down to see his hand covered in blisters and burn, and his glove was burned together with his skin. A mirror appeared as she shot towards him at insane speed. Her hand was covered by an ice blade. Kakashi made a clone that threw him out of the way. As Haku sliced right through it, the clone then erupted into electricity, shocking her as she fell to her feet. It's over, alright? I don't know what you did, but you don't have the stamina to keep this up anymore. Kakashi was a bit winded himself, and his hand was killing him. He could hardly move it. A mist then erupted from around Haku. Kakashi felt a stinging sensation as he could barely keep his eye open as he flipped back. She lunged at him once more as they started to clash hand to hand. After a small exchange, Kakashi blocked a right hook from her. He then blocked a sweeping knee that she brought up. He then flipped her before he slammed his elbow right in her skull, knocking her out. He tried his best to catch his breath as he looked down towards the opponent. He kneeled down to remove her mask. However, she started to crack. He couldn't move fast enough as his world turned black. Kakashi collapsed down to the ground face first. Haku stood over him, breathing heavily. Her body was riddled with electrical burns, and it took all of her strength to remain standing. She was able to come out on top due to the element of surprise. She was trying to solidify the carbon dioxide in the air, however, it took too much concentration, so she could only use it a short amount of time, as she used a clone to use the attacks while she waited. This victory is mine, just because of luck. I guess I do need to become stronger. She picked up Kakashi and brought him towards a clone that Naruto left behind. He was the one that wanted her to fight him, so she feared he would know what to do in case she won. As she wondered how was the fight between Zabuza and the original Naruto was going. When she arrived, the crowd became wary as they saw her. Amazing, His Majesty will be most pleased by this development. To think that we would come upon such an important Genkai. His Majesty is truly blessed by fortune. Never fear, my dear friends, she's one of us. And here comes some more friends. Suddenly, two newcomers appear, one on each side of the clone. Hello, Clone-sama, I see. His Majesty already begun his fight with Zabuza. Bando spoke. The crowd was shocked how large the man was. Yes, and it looked like he's using Foniki. He must respect Mamakai a great deal, said Malice, drawing many of the man's attention there. Who knew that the kid had such foxy friends? Tazuna said. His Majesty has many. Malice-san, can you help? Tend to the wounds of our new friends. Malice walked up to Haku and took her hand. Haku had never felt hands so soft before. It's a pleasure to meet you, Haku. My name is Malice. If you don't mind, I'd like to tend to your wounds. Yeah. Thank you, Haku said. It seems like it's about to begin, said Tazuna. I never knew that he had another sword. I thought you only had the small one, said Tazuna. His Majesty only has one blade. It is the very same, trust me, said Malice. It's fit for a king of his caliber. You guys call him king as well. Is this for real? The crowd now wanted you. Yes, of course, it is true. Naruto-sama is the emperor of the Uzumaki Empire. And he would like this great line to join his family as well. But he is not foolish enough to think that you will believe him just because of mere words. So he would like to show you the might that he will use to protect his realm, said Malice, catching the crowd's attention even more as they focus over towards Naruto and Zabuza. The two had looked at each other for about several minutes. Neither of them moved as Zabuza looked like he was looking at every single muscle that moved when Naruto simply breathed. His breathing was so calm and relaxed despite facing a member of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen. He had fought Sasuke and that was a dangerous fight. One of the most dangerous of his life. He was being toyed with the entire time. He couldn't be too naive or too cocky, these were not kids. And to treat them like such would mean a certain death. So you can use Ice Ninjutsu. That wall behind us looked rather impressive. Zabuza was a bit nervous, he knew what Haku was capable of. And he never thought he'd come across another ice user. No, nothing crazy like that. Naruto said casually. So I guess you're not that special after all. Zabuza brought his blade up as he blocked Naruto's strike. His knees buckled as he felt like someone had thrown a boulder in his face, and he had to block it. Oh no, I meant that Ice Ninjutsu was far too mundane for me. If I go crazy, it has to make no sense. As Naruto pushed him back, Zabuza was forced to slide away until his back hit the ice wall. As Zabuza could not stop the momentum, how was his kid so strong? Uzumaki sword style. Rapid. As Naruto started to thrust his blade forward at a fast, considerate rate, Zabuza had to move faster than he ever moved before, blocking the strikes with the side of his blade. Good, Zabuza, very good. Now let us try rushing rapids. As Naruto's thrust became faster until it was a blur, Zabuza could not keep up as he felt himself get slashed multiple times. As the boy's attack was also tearing into the ice wall behind him, it was wide and destructive. The moment there was a lap in Naruto's assault, Zabuza swung his blade upwards. However, Naruto jumped back. Zabuza moved to the left, trying to keep out of the blonde's range until he was about to strike. Hopefully his arms would stop vibrating by then. Zabuza, if we're gonna become friends and allies, we're gonna have to get closer. Uzumaki sword style. Vacuum. As Naruto sheathed and unsheathed his blade in one fluid motion while performing a spin, Zabuza was yanked off his feet and with a strong pull, he was sent towards his opponent. Zabuza used a pull to enhance a downward strike. Yes, Zabuza. Use all at your disposal and face me. As Naruto stopped spinning as he lashed out, when the blades connected with one another, there was a violent shockwave that threw Zabuza back. He stabbed his blade in the ground, stopping himself. I must admit, you're a lot stronger than I would have ever guessed. He pulled his blade out as he started to channel his chakra into it. The blade adopted a blood-red aura around it. You know, I haven't happened to use this technique since I went against Yagura. But you're definitely an opponent deserving of my best. I'll show you everything I've got. The blade shrunk in width. It looked the same, but it wasn't as wide anymore. Zabuza's speed seemed to enhance as he moved forward and started to thrust out slashes. At first, his attack put Naruto on defensive. However, after a couple more swings, Zabuza found it harder and harder to continue. It was like something was weighing down his sword every time as he tried to swing it. Interesting technique, Zabuza. I'm glad to see that you have more in your bag of tricks, but so do I. Torrent wave, said Naruto as he slashed down, that sent a pressurized water blast towards Zabuza. Zabuza brought down his blade as well. The attack felt like a B-rank water jutsu, but Zabuza fended off the attack. The two engaged one another in a high-speed kinjutsu battle, as Naruto was moving around Zabuza every time. Zabuza had never witnessed sword techniques of this level. Every attack Naruto threw towards him was fast and fluid, with tons of attack behind them. The kid was like an ocean, calm and fluid 1 second, then insanely powerful and unpredictable the next. On Naruto's hand, he was having some fun, Zabuza was a good kinjutsu practicer. Zabuza, it seems. I'm not the only one with that special blade. Tell me, what was that ability you performed earlier, and why is the sword smaller? Whatever the move was, Zabuza's combat capabilities seemed to have doubled because of it. I heard and seen a couple of idiots hold this blade, but none of them understood it. It is a weapon that devours the iron in the blood to repair itself, but it can also be used to strengthen the user by injecting the iron in their body and allow an increase in blood oxygen. I call it Demon's Injection. I see, said Naruto. I guess it's fair for me to tell you about my blade. This weapon is of great importance to me. It is one of my oldest allies, and I love her in my heart and soul. Paradox Edge, said Naruto. It is a weapon, but it's also not a weapon. It is one, but also many. Before you is the majesty known as Funiki. The word Funiki meant atmosphere. Atmosphere, said Zabuza. What's that got to do with your blade? And he was confused. Paradox Edge, not a weapon, one but many. Just what the hell was he talking about? It has everything to do with it. With her by my side, I can influence the atmosphere around me. She knew the answer to my wish, to be a king, that I can influence my realm around me. Zabuza started to laugh. Wish? Realm? It seems like you're off your rocker, boy, he said. Funiki. Sudden rain, said Naruto, as he twirled the blade until the end faced the ground. Zabuza's eyes widened in shock as it started to rain. He looked up. The rain was really coming from above. A couple of feet above them was a cloud, as it was raining. Funiki. Heavy rain. The rain came down harder and faster. Zabuza had to leap out as some of them harmed him. However, it was confined to one place, so as long as he stayed out of it, he should be alright. Funiki. Twister. A gigantic twister wrapped around Zabuza as it started to tear into him. Flash fire, then hurricane. Naruto sheathed his blade as he burst forward. As he then started to pull the blade from his sheath once again, however, this time there was an enormous heat that came out as he twirled it. The place exploded in a pillar of fire. Zabuza was thrown back, bruised and burned. He would have collapsed to his knees if he did not use his blade to hold him up. Zabuza panted. He's a monster. The only way to beat him is to become a demon, he thought to himself. You seem to have a good amount of fire left in you, Zabuza. Let us keep this going, shall we? Zabuza launched forward as they started to clash. It seems like it went on for eternity, as both men clashed for seconds. But it seems like time was passing by, as they just clashed relentlessly. So, Zabuza, said Naruto as he blocked his attacks. Are you excited about joining our empire? You will do very well amongst our ranks. You haven't beaten me yet, plus, if you lose here, are you still worthy enough to call yourself a king? Zabuza, there's an unfortunate truth for you here. I can't lose to you. At least, not while my realm is watching. Zabuza disengaged. He flashed through hand sign, water style. Devastating Hydra. A gigantic pool of water shot up in form. A gigantic 8-headed snake. Each of the serpents launched towards Naruto. Funiki, sharp wind. As Naruto swung his blade multiple times, creating ear waves that collided with the serpent heads. However, they reform and double as they launch back towards Naruto, who jumped back as they strike down. This is the strongest jutsu in my arsenal. It's not suited for my kind of work, but it's very effective against people like you, said Zabuza. As he pushed out more chakra into his attack. I am honored that you would use your very best against me, Zabuza. It's only fair I used one of my best against you as well. Naruto says he continued to avoid the serpents. Whatever you got, it won't beat my Hydra. Zabuza, have you ever swung a sword with zero resistance, said Naruto. What the hell are you talking about, said Zabuza. He quickly added more power, feeling like something big was gonna happen, as several more serpent heads rose up. I'll take that as a no. As a king, I mold my will into reality. If I desire to swing my blade, there is no force that can stop, resist, or impede me. My blade will touch you. Funiki, certain zero, said Naruto. Naruto swung his blade down as all the serpents dissolved instantly. He was nowhere near Zabuza yet. He struck him on his left side, a deep gash from his shoulder going straight down to his left foot. He also noticed that his left arm had been severed from his upper forearm in the cleanest cut that he ever saw. As Zabuza fell, shit, he thought to himself. However, a black chain caught him. Damn it, said Naruto. I knew I took it a bit too far. Don't worry, I'll heal you up in no time. It might hurt, so you have to power through. As Naruto placed Zabuza down and placed his severed arm together, Hell's rejuvenation, dark green aura wrapped around Zabuza, as it was from Naruto's chain. His wounds rapidly healed and his arm reattached. He even felt his strength returning, however. He then felt like someone set him on fire from the inside out. He began screaming and rushing around until Naruto finally released him as he sat up. He was breathing heavily as he tried to catch his breath. That pain was nearly excruciating, but it was gone now. You almost killed me, he yelled. Yeah, my bad. I wanted to show off for everyone, and I kind of got a bit carried away. On the bright side, you should be better than ever. What did you do to me, said Zabuza as he felt a lot better than before. Do you mean almost cutting you in half, or putting you back together? Because the first would be swinging my blade with zero resistance in the atmosphere, and the second technique is one your new ally will teach you. Trust me, Zabuza, when we're done with you, you won't recognize yourself. Now come on, it's time to meet the rest of our friends as they start to walk back. At the front of the bridge, the crowd had witnessed a fight. For the ages, it might not have been the longest or the flashiest fight, but it was a true testament to their strength and skill. Many of them thought that size and age would be the winning factor in this fight, but they were so wrong. Naruto's display captivated all of them that was watching. No matter what Zabuza did, no matter what move he pulled, it seems that Naruto was in control the entire time. One way or another, Naruto had earned the respect of all of them. As they returned, they were greeted by cheers and applause. Kakashi and Sakura was over to the side, still unconscious. As Zabuza noticed two new people there, a black-haired woman and a tall, orange-haired man who was bigger than him. Naruto! 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 The crowd continued to cheer as he walked up to Bando, Malice, and his clone. A brilliant show, your majesty, the clone said. Yes, my lord, your display was beautiful. You have been training rigorously, I see, said Malice. It was absolutely amazing. That technique you used at the end was magnificent, Bando said as he knew that Naruto was still holding back though, because if he was not, Zabuza would have been severed in two. Thank you for the praise, Malice and Bando. By the way, I would like to introduce you to our newest friends and allies. This is Zabuza Momokai, and I believe you already met Haku-chan. These are two of my knights, Malice Renha and Bando. It's a pleasure to meet you, Zabuza. I have already been introduced to Haku, but I hope we're able to become close allies. Malice gave him a smile. Welcome to the Empire, and I feel the same as Lady Malice. I'm sure that you will make wonderful additions, said Bando, as he extended his hand out to Zabuza. Wait, kid. I'll join your cause, and call you king all you want, but let Haku go. You said yourself you weren't planning on recruiting her from the start, because you didn't know about her. Zabuza-sama, Haku said quietly. Let her go and let her live her life, and I'll be the best soldier that you want. Zabuza, I will never make someone join me against their will. If Haku would like to leave and do something else with her life, she's more than welcome to do so. You as well. I have no desire for comrades that are not out of anything but circumstance. No! This is what I want. It's what we both want, and you know it, Haku shouted. Haku, Zabuza said surprised. No more running. No more jobs that make us question our morality. It may not have been the way that we wanted, but we might have found a home. Zabuza might have been a merciless killer, however, he still had a heart, and that heart was Haku. She was a strand of humanity that kept him from becoming something worse than a demon. He wasn't the best displaying his emotion or offering praise, but she would smile anyway. She always seemed happy around him, and that made him happy around her. She was his little girl, and he would abandon all of his ambitions to make her happy. Are you sure about this, Haku? I would follow you anywhere, Zabuza-sama, but I've seen what this life has done to you. This could be the chance to do the good that you always wanted. We might have killed for our goals, but we did so to get to a better tomorrow. I think this is a reward for all our hard work. As she walked up and grabbed his hand with both of hers. To Haku, this was the one that she deemed as her father. Zabuza had supported, helped train, and parented her. He was harsh at times, sure he was rude, but he was never cruel. She felt his concern when he would bring her a meal, order her to eat, or when he would go out of his way to bring her to a good village, and make sure that she was dressed in the best attire ever that he could afford. If this is what you want, Haku, well then you got us, kid. We'll join your empire. Yes, Naruto-sama. We would gladly accept your invitation to join your cause, Haku said. She couldn't explain it, but she wants to join as well, to see how far Naruto would go, as there was something about him that she just could not explain. Excellent. It's a true joy to welcome you both to the Uzumaki Empire. Once we get back to the village, we can begin your training. Damn kid, you don't mess around, do you? Are you sure you want to make me stronger? I might come for your neck later. Zabuza poked a bit of fun towards his new leader. Zabuza, please refer to Lord Naruto with his title of respect. Plus, if you believe that you can try and kill His Majesty, it's only because you haven't seen what he's truly capable of. Mallet said. What are you talking about? The kid almost cut me in half, said Zabuza back. Do you believe that was the pinnacle of his capabilities? He's half your age, and you couldn't even land an attack on him. Zabuza did not even realize. Throughout everything, he never landed a hit. That look on your face tells me that you've come to an understanding. Malice-san, there's no need for aggression. I'm sure that Zabuza was just joking around, said Naruto. As Naruto knew of her defensive nature when it came to him, one wrong move or one wrong word, and she bared her fangs and claws. Before we continue, I have some questions to ask, said Zabuza, as he turned towards Naruto. Please, go ahead, said Naruto. How strong are Haku and I compared to those amongst your ranks? You might be able to come out against our Genins. Equivalent 2 out of 10 times in a fight, said Naruto. Maybe. Naruto's answer felt like a stab to the gut for the man. He knew that this man was king of the empire, and if he said that his Genins were able to take him and Haku on, and they only have a 2 out of 10 chance of winning, then this empire was a true force to be reckoned with. What about those two behind you? Where do they rank? Malice, San, and Bando are both seated members of my cabinet. Their rank would be of a knight, and they are some of the strongest amongst our ranks. They are directly under me and my head knight in terms of authority and in the chain of command. So we're that weak, huh? Said Zabuza. Don't stress it, Zabuza. It's like what I told you. Once we're done with you, you'll be a different man. The man you've always wanted to be. You will just have to wait and see. At least Naruto words made him feel better and quite excited. I understand, boss, Zabuza said. This put a massive smile on Naruto's face, and a happy one on Haku's, as Tazuna and Inari had waited until Naruto finished his conversation, and they came up. That was amazing, Inari said. You were like slice, slice, boom, and then bam, and you made a slash tornado and then boom! Big brother Naruto, you're so cool. You weren't even near him at the end, and you even got him from all the way down there. As Tazuna jumped on into the rant as well, making people unable to tell the difference between the grandfather and the grandchild. Both of them fawning over Naruto moves and attacks. Big brother Naruto, can I learn to do all that cool stuff as well? As Naruto looked down towards him as he had twinkle in his eyes. If your mother and grandfather say it's alright, then I'm sure that you can learn to be a shinobi. But we don't have shinobi here. How would you be able to train? Asked Tazuna. Don't worry about that right now, Sir Tazuna. Changes are coming to the wave. Changes for the better, as that caused people to smile happily. However, help! Help! It's Gato and his man! Naruto-sama, please help us! As Gato and at least 100 mercenaries were on the other side of the bridge, each of them armed with some kind of weapon. Well. It seems you guys decided to make this easy for me, and round up all the garbage in one place. Gato was really short in a business suit and a cane. So you're the one called Gato. You have caused my land and people much pain and sorrow. You must be punished. You and your band of thugs. Naruto dispelled his gloom as he started to walk forward. Your people? I own this land and these people, boy. If I want to kill a couple or let my boys have some fun, that's my choice. In fact, when we're done with that stupid old bridge builder, I'll have my boys go a couple of rounds with his daughter. This got laugh and cheers from all the thugs behind him, but Tazuna lost it. How dare you, you damn midget! I'll rip that head off your stupid short body and feed you to the sharks! Tazuna was too angry to worry about his safety as he ran straight forward. Several mercs stepped in, however. Naruto stopped Tazuna. As Gato laughed, did that upset you? He said. How about time when I got rid of that piss of a son-in-law for you? That one you should be thanking me. No, your daughter doesn't have to settle for some bum. Tazuna was turning red with rage. Inari not too far behind. His eyes were filled with tears, the boy, as it was because of pure frustration. Before any of them could respond, a familiar voice shouted out, How dare you? Kaiser was a real man compared to a worm like you. Don't you dare disrespect his memory. Tsunami says she stood in front of the crowd of the people of the Land of Wave. All of them had some weapons, pots for helmets, blades for shield. Everyone was here to fight and protect their home. Sasuke stood there. There was a group of thugs that had came to kidnap Tsunami. However, Sasuke beat them into the floor before interrogating them as he found out that Gato was gonna bring all of his people here. Tsunami told Sasuke that his presence there might help protect everyone, but he disagreed, saying that it was his priority to protect her. So she decided that she and the people would go there, so his mission can still be there to protect her. He agreed with that, because there was no real threat in his thugs. Tsunami had inspired the people, and they were all here to lend their support. They were done hiding. It's time that they fight back. I'll kill this old man now, and we can get rid of the other insect. One of the bandits rushed forward. As he rushed, trying to kill Tazuna, Tazuna did not shy away or move back, as Naruto simply looked towards the man. The man's head was exploded off his shoulder. One of Naruto's chains came out and slapped the man's head clean off his shoulders, blowing it to pieces as the pieces fell into the river down below. Gato, you must do a better job controlling your man as a leader. That one death is on your hand. When you're a leader, the life of all that follow is your responsibility, yet you can't trust yourself with your own safety. You and your surge are a curse to this land and these people, so I will become the manifestation of these people will, and answer their call, said Naruto. The people realized that Naruto was truly what he said he was. He had been kind to them, he laughed with them, he worked with them, he protected them. He didn't treat them like he was their better, he treated them as an equal with respect as well. That was the deserving rate, the title, people that deserve to be a king. And that is what they saw him as they started to shout, Naruto-sama, my lord, Lord Naruto, Naruto Dono. All of them shouted in praise. Gato and his men were shaken by the combined voices as Naruto unleashed his blade. As Naruto launched his blade in the air, this made everyone go quiet. People of the wave, if you shall have me as your king, then I will give you all of me. My hands will work for the realm, my heart will be for the realm, and my soul will burn for the realm. You shall know prosper, you shall know safety. You shall know to thrive instead of only to survive. Wave, call for your king and the king shall answer his realm. As Naruto earned their loyalty, their respect, their admiration, as they shouted out his name, King Naruto. As Naruto catches his blade that was humming violently. Very well, Gato. You and your people are in my realm, and committed crimes against my people. As Naruto raised his blade up in the air, power exploded out of him, trembling everything, even the water down below. Zabuza and Haku were shocked as they could see the visible chakra leaking out of him. You are to forfeit your life to me for the sake of the realm. Naruto's voice boomed out. It sounded like it was in their heads. Yes, my lord, said Kurama from his inner world. She felt him flex his strength. She was overjoyed whenever he did so. She couldn't wait for days she could praise him in person. Until that day, she would do so from within, as his most loyal follower. Deliver your judgment swift and fierce, my lord. Show everyone that you're greater than they will ever know. You are what should never be. You are a paradox incarnate. As Naruto brought his blade down, Gato run back as he fell on his butt. He swung his hand, begging, pleading no. His militia tried to run, however they felt like their entire body had just been weighed down by 1,000 pounds. As Naruto lowered his blade, however nothing happened until he muttered, Fanuki, quiet chaos. True to its name, all was quiet. The gruesome, horrific scene in front of them, there was not even a sound. Gato and his men were erased. All that was left was flesh, torn cloth, and weapons scattered around. They were just eviscerated. Not a single citizen turned their eyes or lost their composure. As they watched, Gato and his men fell. They decided to side with Naruto, and Naruto did what was best for them. This was his answer, and they were not going to turn away from his gift, because he was their king. But guys, be in right here. If you want to see next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on the bell notifications they posted, remember to share this all of your friends to your social media platform, and don't forget to go ahead and stay tuned for the rest of the what is coming your way, guys. Yes, I indeed have 4 channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, and Anime Prints, which I post what fun every single day for guys and just go ahead and just destroy that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. And also guys, yes, turn on the bell notification, comment down below. So yeah, I'm out for now, see you guys soon. Peace.